Hello, I want to talk to you today about words. We use a lot of words in this age of information, don't we? And sometimes words don't convey simply the meaning that you think you're conveying. Words are really packets of frequency, and you send them out there through your words, through your language, to either lift people or suppress people, to explain things which sometimes makes them smaller and sometimes makes them bigger. Really fascinating. I'd love to play with you and play with a few words that I've written, just jotted down casually. The first word is power. Now, you're the only one in the universe that's you, which is an amazing thing in itself. I always thought somebody would show me how, because there's got to be something to follow. But the reality is, the only thing to follow is your inner self. And power in this concern is really about getting in touch with who you really are and what are your gifts and your guidance from inside. And as you grow and change and expand and explore, you become more and more empowered. You become powerful because you know who you are and what you are, ultimately what your goals are in life. So power is a lot different than what Spider-Man or Superman has. Power is you. We each have our own power, and how we put that into the world is what will alleviate your tensions. It'll bring you forward into the world in a way that gives you a great deal of fulfillment. And the thing about power, it is a radiant force, and the people around you will have respect for you, not because they're scared of your muscle, but because you will feel empowering to be with. So I want you to think about and practice using the word power with a little extra consciousness on how much integration real power takes inside of each of us. So that's one word I like playing with. Now the second word I'm going to play with is success. I just want to be a success. I just want to succeed. But what exactly does that mean? Well, go back into this empowerment discussion that we just had. And to me, success means I have come into a kind of integrity within myself, bringing my own skills and talents, my own gifts forward, and I make a difference in the world somehow. Maybe a small difference, it doesn't matter. But I'm not hiding behind some kind of facade or some kind of identity that makes me safe from having to do that. But success is actually becoming who I really am and being able to put that into the world. Yet another word that I have here is awakening. Awakening is a funny word because, especially in metaphysics, we all just bandy it about. Everybody uses, she's awakened, he's woke, he's awakened. What does it really mean? Now, you and I know that it can mean you just woke up out of a dead sleep, right? But here's another thing, is we have learned how intricately created our world is. Layers and layers and layers of consciousness that we perceive a little of, right? We don't perceive the whole thing. We can feel it, we can feel the pressures of it, and so on. But what's happening lately is what's kind of riveting all over the world is people are waking up, realizing that we've all been limited, we've all been controlled, we're all kind of kept through habit, socialization, DNA, you name it, self-esteem. We've all been controlled so that we'll be easier and easier to handle and to keep small, that we will not wrest authority from whoever are the controllers, right? That sounds really hokey and very dramatic, and I won't try to go into explaining what all that is. But what the awakening process is that's going on is people are becoming free of so many ways of being contained and limited. People are able to use their consciousness in very flexible ways. People can move out of their body-mind, taking their consciousness wherever they need to take it. People are doing all kinds of healing work, by doing that kind of process. Awakening means we are taking the wrappers off, we're taking the blindfolds off, and we're able to express who we really are with our, how will I put this? With our talents and abilities that are simply unlimiting. As we wake up and allow that we're much more powerful than we think, we unlimit ourselves. Which brings me to another word, which is called become. And I often say to people, we're becoming and becoming and becoming. And I love that word, because as we unlimit ourselves, it's really interesting that we become a new level of ourselves. We become freer. We become more intuitive. We become wiser. We become freer to be caring and loving and not competitive. Becoming and becoming and becoming is also what I see my own guidance, a lot of them anyway, doing on the other side. Is it the other side or is it through the veil? They don't stay stagnant. They're always in a state of becoming. So I really love that word. When you're little, what are you going to be when you grow up? Well, you're going to become. And you're going to become more and more of that. And you're going to become more refined about that. It's a great word, becoming. But I also want to talk about beliefs. What is it that controls us? I mentioned controls earlier, but we're going to talk about beliefs. You and I believe a lot that is taught to us, right? You're not enough. Only this kind of person could be wealthy. Only that kind of person is smart. Skin colors. Pick all these different things that we use to separate ourselves from one another. I believe I can only go this far in life. That prevents me from going farther in my life, farther in my industry, farther in my job search, farther in my ability to have relationships. I believe that everybody in my family has terrible relationships. Well, then it's yours, isn't it? Right? But if you look that belief right in the eye that everybody in your family has terrible relationships, you can find it in your body. How? Energetically. You can feel it pressuring you here and there. You can see your own hunkering down when you call up that belief and really make it real. But you can also shuck that. You can drop that belief off and let the spiraling lights that are in you as you become and become and become, the spiraling colorful lights, take you to a new level. Oh, you'll add new beliefs. But always, and this is the point of what I'm talking about with these words, is as you add new beliefs, make sure that in your beliefs there's room to make them elastic, room for them to expand. Like, I believe I'm very good at learning about relationships. So you take that belief and you give it some elastic. And then off you go, creating and transcending what was a debilitating belief. Now that's probably enough for today, but I'd sure love some feedback from you. If you feel like you can take this information and learn to move through your own words, you become a wordsmith. And a wordsmith is someone who can actually create through words. So I'm saying to you, choose to create through your words. And tune in for Chapter 2, talking about words. We'll put that up maybe tomorrow. Thank you for watching.